Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back to the Nerdy Playbook. We're in episode 16. Nothing really to go over today. We're just going to get right into it. So go right to the intro. All right. So, last we left off, you fought off against a challenge by Alasna to fight off an extension of her power, which was a phoenix. In reward for actually defeating it, not only were you given a more exclusive connection with Alasna, but you have the ability to summon the phoenix once per day as long as all four of you concentrate on the ability to do so. Eventually, heading back over to a cheaper tavern of the area, you met up with Silic and a friend of his named Engie. Very busy crowd, very loud. Eventually, through talks, things still started to get awkward. Eventually, some of you found out that Engie is not from this time. He can actually transport through time due to a certain Julias, while also Dahlia is super drunk and starts seeing everyone look like Gladlin. Eventually finding out that one of them is actually Gladlin, finding out that she's in contact with another artifact that's manipulating time and is accusing her of what she was accused of before, of manipulating time. Eventually also granting the gift of sight to Gaju. It was agreed upon that they don't want to talk about it right now. We're going to talk about level heads and meet back at the ship in the morning. Trying to stay nearby, you were able to procure a room. You all got some sleep. Each of you had a different dream. Not so much so torturous that it made you lose your long rest, but you did have in each of yourselves a unique dream of some kind. And that's where we left off. So, it is morning. You guys went to bed quite late, so it's probably about 11 o'clock by the time that any of you are waking up.
It's 11 o'clock? Like, lunchtime?
Oh.
Yeah, roughly, yeah.
Oh, we fucked up. That was not a good idea.
I'm in panic mode. Like, I haven't slept this long, and I can't tell you how long. I missed my morning routine.
I'm probably still sleeping.
We love her.
I'm so thrown
You're
off
gonna
and
be
out
fine,
of it.
Zephania. One day is not gonna hurt you.
You don't know that.
No, but I can make a pretty good guess. I get up. Well, I gauge that my head is okay. I have slept in my clothes. This is life. Where are we?
Remember?
Sort of. Tavern. We decided on not tavern, an inn. We went to an inn because we didn't want to walk. That was probably smart of us.
Yeah, I think getting... You might have been okay, but getting Dahlia back to the ship, I don't think was happening.
He was loud. I was probably
Was-
loud too. All right.
It's
Well,
amusing,
I
I will say that.
I don't make a habit of it. It was a day. I guess we should start heading that way.
Pick up the other two.
Okay.
I guess in the other room, because Gaiju only trances, he was probably actually up at a decent time.
Mm-hmm.
So knowing that Dahlia is probably going to be passed out for a little while longer, what is in the rooms for the inn? Is it like just the beds and like a chair and stuff?
It's just a windowless room, about a full-size bed with a very small closet, like an apartment-sized closet. One's that the door is really, really small, but there's a little bit of room to kind of get in from the sides. Very shallow, probably wide enough to fit maybe a couple sets of armor and maybe a few pair of trousers and shirts. Other than that, there's nothing in there. There's no dresser. There's no chest for safekeeping. There's no nightstands. Nothing. It's just a simple, basic amenities room. Probably 11 by 11. Not even that big to really have space.
Is there like a water pail or anything in there, or
no? So each floor itself has a kind of like a community room that one of them specifically just has a sink and a disposal service, and another one has a full size, which is a sink, disposal, and a bath. So it's shared for all the different rooms on each floor.
I guess because Gaiji's pretty obsessed with his personal hygiene, he probably would have like slipped off for a short bit to like go clean up and like kind of wash out his tunic a little bit, and then like make his way back and kind of like hang that up to dry a little bit.
Okay.
And then as he's waiting for that to dry and for Dahlia to wake up, he's gonna notice that like her boots that are on the floor are kind of like pretty beat up and gross looking, so he's gonna take those and kind of like clean them up for her.
Okay.
And yeah.
Get this vomit off, you know.
Oh, what? Okay, we didn't get that crazy, unfortunately. Well,
Okay, but there's like a lot
Fortunately, it
of
was just
dirt
loud.
and blood on
Yeah.
there, so like
probably, yeah.
they're pretty gross.
About the time, whether or not you woke up at 11 or you are waking up at the time, this is about, you know, just like any other room service. At this point, there's a half-orc walking around and knocking on people's doors. Either pay some coin or start heading out. Come on, let's go.
First class accommodations, did we?
No kidding.
Whenever he reaches our door, I'll probably like jolt awake and snap upright.
And he's got a very heavy like pound on the door. Like he's not being subtle at all. Like he's slamming on it, and he's pretty tall. He's about 6'2", so he's kind of putting downward weight on the door, and it's actually like shaking the door as he does it. All right, come on. Either throw some money or keep go. Or all right. Just letting you know.
We'll be right out.
Be
I'm
so
just,
happy
like-
to get back to our ship.
Rubbing my
I did
eyes
until
and
he did that, and then I left it.
scoping out the room.
Okay.
Good morning. You slept in?
They all
has no
did.
shirt
I don't
on,
know about
doesn't he?
you.
No, the shirt is still drying. So enjoy that.
I
There's your
imagine
fan service, everybody.
she'd just be like, "Morning," and she'd turn up bright pink. Be like, "You're missing your shirt."
It's drying, but thank you.
You're
We should,
welcome.
however, get moving though.
It's just gonna look around. Where are we?
You got drunk off your ass at the tavern. We all got in rooms, so I made sure you didn't go anywhere, and Zephinia's got Dira.
Oh shit. What did I do? She has no memory.
You punched somebody in the face.
Oh. What?
You tried to convince me that you weren't drunk, so I told you to hit me, and you hit somebody else instead.
Oh shit, I must have been really drunk. She's just going to do this. Go. I am so sorry.
At this point, like
fun.
almost like the alarm clock you don't want to hear when you're having a hangover in the morning, immediately you're summon stone, so it's like going off that you would have from Silic.
Fish it out and be like, oh shit. Do I need to apologize to Silic too?
No.
She'll answer and be like, hello?
Good morning. I just wanted to let you know that I found your ship. I am spent some time with your crew and just ready for whenever you're ready to meet up with us.
Silic met our crew before we did.
Literally.
Stood him up again.
What time were we supposed to meet?
Oh, we didn't necessarily have a time. We just said that we're going to meet around here midday. I got a little bit early. Are you not available quite yet? I thought maybe you were on the ship.
No, we crashed in New Averant. We stayed in town, so we'll head that way shortly. Like, trying to focus, but I'm also still looking at Gaiju's abs.
Your response is like, oh, I guess I made I presumed. Well, okay, I got to run some errands, so if you're heading back over there and you're going to stay there for the day, I'll just meet you there in a few hours.
Well, we're gonna go back to the ship. I will let you know when we're back at the ship. Right? And I like put the sending stone down. Like, are we going back to the ship? We're going back to
I need to talk to Cindy anyway, so yes.
We'll be back at the ship.
Okay, well, I will hang around for a little bit longer for your return.
Okay. Sounds good. I'm like, almost want to ask him what the fuck I did last night, but I figure it maybe is best if I don't.
Can we
Alright.
like arrive at knock knock knock? Guys up?
I'ma just open the door, like, shirtless glory, he don't care. Good morning,
Morning.
ladies.
Dahlia, all right?
At night?
I'm like 12 shades pinker than normal, and I'm like
12 Shades of Pink by Dahlia.
50 shades of pink over here.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna look behind Kaiju and see Dahlia and just raise an eyebrow and ignore everything else.
Everybody's main focus right now is on Gaju's abs. That's what it is.
Oh my god.
His chiseled abs.
I'll just let them in while Dahlia takes her time getting up, I guess.
I'll probably go to find my boots that I somehow took off in my sleep, probably, and notice that they're very clean and be like, looking at them very confused. Did I do this?
No.
Did you do this?
When you only need 4 hours of sleep a night, you do a lot of things in the night, so you're welcome.
That would be handy.
Mhm.
I can clean your boots tomorrow night if you'd like.
I probably ought to do that myself, but...
Like,
Well, that fella who was pounding on the door sounded like he meant business, so unless we want to pay up some more, we should probably head out.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't sound very
And
friendly.
he'll kind of like... He'll grab his tunic, and I assume it's probably dry by now, and he'll
Try-ish.
put it on. Slip his... Well, no. Never mind. Ready?
As we're gonna
All
be.
set.
I do want to apologize to everyone for last night. I'm sorry. Just had a
Okay.
little too much and got a little too carried away into my own head, and I am sorry for the weird things I apparently said and did, and the person I punched, if we see him.
You punched somebody!
Apparently.
Oh my! Well, we have a lot to talk about on this walk.
Was it at least a good
Indeed.
punch?
I can't remember, was it?
I mean, other than the questionable aim.
I mean, it wasn't the worst punch.
I'll take it.
We'll do some training.
Maybe we should all start sparring in the mornings, but not today. Oh,
Oh, we've got to get back to the ship today. We
feel
overslept our
okay, dearest?
sparring.
I don't know if that was the bed or just a long day yesterday. Weird dreams. Ugh. Shake
I
it
could
off.
say the same.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Ugh. It wasn't fun.
I'll be happy to get a restful night's sleep tonight.
Same.
With no booze. Hopefully. At least
Here,
no
here.
booze.
That needs to be a very occasion, if at all, happening.
So head on out
Yeah.
to the ship.
As you're heading out, you do notice that this place must be popular for this side of town, mostly for its inexpensive price line, as many people are leaving due to not needing more than one night. There's a line of people ready to take in the spot. Looks like they're not even really taking the time to really change over the sheets. They're just like, all right, couple bronze, make your way in, find yourself a room. But you head on out.
Mine feels a little different.
You make your way directly back to the ship.
If we can. Is the road still blocked?
Yeah, is the road still blocked?
No.
Okay.
So it takes you, if you decide to go direct beeline to the ship, will take you about half an hour to get there. Mostly because there's nothing blocking your way. I'm sorry, an hour to get there, just because you got to still take the path to get there.
We're already on the outskirts.
Yeah, you're already on the outskirts technically, but unless you want to run, I'm assuming a couple of you probably not going to run after last night.
I don't know if it's necessary. Unless we're that concerned with not being rude to Philip again.
Nah.
He's fine.
Nah, it's just silly.
The days that we've been having, let's not spend energy on that. We're likely
He
to
didn't give us a time, so I take it as any time.
Fair enough.
Just a side note, when it comes to C2E2, I feel like when I cosplay and still, like, I think I need to give like a glare to Gaju all the time.
We have to make a meme out of it.
Right?
All right. So, on your way over, you make your way over to Lakeshore.
Mm-hmm.
You do see that the harbor is pretty booked up, with the minus of maybe a couple stalls not filled up with full ships. Your ship plus about 18 other stalls are filled up. Anywhere from brigades to specific pirate ships to simple charters.
Are there any ships in the docks that I recognize other than ours?
You can give me an investigation check if you'd like.
Okay. That is a 10.
I would say you recognize one. There's a specific charter/pirate ship. It's not really been really enclosed what it is. They call themselves a charter ship. They do importing and exporting, but there's been rumors that they are actually pirates, that they're importing and exporting is actually stealing from someone. Specifically a ship called the Soaring Sickle. It is about a medium-sized ship, just a tiny bit smaller than yours, but is definitely made for more speed than anything else. simple artillery on it, no forward or rear cannons, just side for port and starboard. But it is a common vessel that comes in and out about seasonally. They reportedly make paths back and forth between Nilithir and sometimes going all the way over to the Abyss Kingdom. They have somehow a way to get permission from most royalty, or at least someone that allows them to sneak into different territories to be able to come in without having too much of an issue.
Okay. I'll just keep that in mind for now as we head back towards our ship.
Sounds great.
Would we probably have talked about like everything that went on the night/day before on the way back?
So up to you. We can backtrack a
Probably.
little bit as
That's
far
a
as if you
long
guys want
walk
to talk
for
about
us to
anything.
just go in silence.
Yeah.
I think-
I didn't have anything else to bring up, but I had bad dreams, didn't like them.
I'd probably be asking what the hell I did. Because I only remember bits and pieces of it.
And you thought all of us was Gladwin.
Yeah, you were. I know. Before you left the table, you were getting pretty loud, but I wasn't quite clear on what was going on.
Gladwin. And I like remember bits and pieces of him, and I'm like, did I say anything else other than just seeing him?
I mean, you thought you were talking to him most of the night.
I don't feel like Ale does that. Not to me. Don't freak
As
out.
far as I'm aware.
That's not the weird normal thing for me.
I mean, I would say it was just the stress of the day, but there's a lot of weird stuff been going on.
Yeah, that's true. Oh well.
No, I mean, before a week ago, I might have said, it's just a long day, but there's been too much weird.
Well, I know
It's not
that
weird.
Gladwin was in my dreams, and then like so was that other dude that was at the bar. I don't remember his name. He has horns too, though.
Inji?
Yeah. It's like time traveling and stuff. It was weird. I don't know. Maybe it was just a dream because I just like saw his face. Would I know
Careful.
that it was
He
a vision, Joe?
Appeared real quick.
Would you know what?
Because I had this dream about NG time traveling. So would I know that that was a vision? Like, or could I? Is it possible I just chalked that up to a dream as well?
You might just chalk it up to a dream.
Okay.
A lot of things blurred throughout the night, so it's hard for you
Yeah.
to really determine what you actually got from sleep and what you actually had beforehand.
Right. Okay.
Well, I was impressed how quick he disappeared. I suppose that would explain it if he was a time traveler.
They both did seem very concerned that you knew Gladwin.
What do you mean?
I thought they had said that that they were really surprised that Dahlia could see him and he spoke to her. It's just odd.
Did they have issues with him?
I don't think we got that far in the conversation. Pretty sure NG
Surprised?
left at that point.
Yeah, he seemed real spooked by the business with this vampire feller.
The
Lord.
vampire?
Yeah. Apparently our monster from yesterday is not only a vampire, but one of the four lords.
Oh.
Complicates
sounds
things.
They seem pretty
a
sure
little
they're
bit.
one and the same. He's supposed to be locked up in some castle. His wife's supposed to be keeping him there. Apparently he's useful to the king. I can't imagine what use he'd be. They said, and Angie got all upset. We're not supposed to kill him. Supposed to try and get him to go back. They seem to think if we made it public that he was out and about, that he'd go back on his own. But I don't know. Stories I heard, I sure don't want to try and face him down.
A vampire just sounds like a lot.
Man, there's some stories back in the mountains you'd make your hair turn white. So, because there was that Silic wanted to address, and then there's our whole cultist thing, and there's this thing with the pirates. That's a lot on it. He's got a lot on his plate. We're supposed to be picking a couple of them to put on our plate. That's all I really got from it.
Well,
and
I'm sure we
got
can.
real agitated when we started putting together about the Lord.
Is Zenji going to be here, you think? You didn't
I
say?
don't know.
I don't know,
He disappeared real
but
quick.
I don't trust him,
Well, there's
especially if he's a time traveler.
I mean, it could have just been a dream, unless he said something.
Just be wary for now.
he just seemed
I'll see
weird.
from there.
And Silic seemed to vouch for him.
Yeah, well, Silic's been acting a little strange lately, I do agree. So,
Yeah, I feel like Silic knows a lot more than he's telling us.
We ever decide which job we want to take?
I think that was something we were supposed to be discussing before we met Silic today, if I remember right. Which is
well, no
an open
time like the
question.
present. So
Right.
walk down this lonely road.
Like I said, I ain't in a hurry to face down no vampire, but maybe we can try and, I don't know, maybe we can go back through that village that got attacked. Yeah, they ain't probably gonna want to have anything to do with that, any more to do with that either. I don't know. Silic seemed to think that if the word got out that he was the one doing the attacking, that he might back off.
Maybe we anonymously spread the rumor that he's out.
Do we
ain't
have
right.
to do all of the missions, though?
No, not at all. But they all need to get done. So if that's something we could help with without too much effort,
Yeah.
it's worth doing. So
Could
that
help pay
said,
for a crew.
gossip ain't my strong suit. So
Well, I do.
Fortunately, it's mine.
What's
Yeah.
yours?
Gossip.
well, handy skill I never acquired. So.
I'm not one for going after a vampire, but if you need the help, I'll offer it. But I'd prefer to go over the pirates, especially as we are seabound soon.
That is a good point.
That seems a little more in line with our direct interests.
More
We
within
have
our
good
pay
face.
grade, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could do both. On our
And
way.
then there's our cultist issue.
Yes.
That we started. I feel like we should. Well, I don't know if we can finish what we started before we leave, but we should probably look into it a little bit
There's
more.
a lot more at stake with the cultists, so
Yeah.
should definitely get that fixed.
So I say, if we got time to do 2 out of 3 cultists, pirates, put a word in somebody's ears about the vampire.
Sounds good.
We could do that.
Yeah, I'm the one making sense for once. Planning ain't usually my strong suit, so if you see
We'll
a
work
hole in it,
on that.
I ain't gonna be at all insulted if you tell me where it is.
Well, I gotta turn this music down so I can hear you guys better. That's me.
Okay. Anything else we need to talk about before we get to the ship?
I know that I want to say something to Gaiju because I never actually thanked him, but I can always do that later if we want to get back to the ship or something.
I can wait.
do idle chit chat until we get back there.
We don't need to roleplay the entire
Sky.
hour.
Does look blue
Right.
today, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, what are those flowers?
I guess I would fall in step beside him at one point probably and just lean over and be like, remind me to thank you later for a lot. I owe you 1 or 2 or 15 things.
No debts between us. Just take care of yourself.
Put the pin in
I'll
that.
just kind of leave it at that for now. I hate these lights so much.
You've just been struggling with them.
They're haunted.
They probably are.
So you made them angry.
Yo, no.
No, haunted is a good thing. We like you.
Mhm.
It's okay,
Well,
Alex.
I've heard about this curse of floating lights. It must be around the town, but some of the locals were talking about it.
Oh my god.
We're making it canon.
Oh god. Please no.
Hey, if it's from Lakeshore, I'm sure Gaiju knows all about them.
Anywho.
Sure.
How far are we from the ship?
Yeah,
Well,
so...
No, I mean, you guys originally made it to the ship. I was allowing you guys to backtrack to talk. So if you guys
Oh.
want to stop talking, you're at the
I
ship.
think that was the talking that we had.
Yeah,
until we
okay.
got
All right,
to-
all right, all right. So, after going through the different docks, you make your way about midway through, which is where your ship is docked. You do see a few crew members that you have not met yet. You do see, it looks like, Cindy is kind of ordering them around, kind of telling them, where to place their stuff. You do see Silic just minding his business. He's not really taking it upon himself to actually go on the ship, but he's kind of on the actual ramp, leaning against the outside of the ship, just kind of waiting for you.
As we got into Lakeshore, I probably would have activated my bandana.
Okay, got it.
I would wave hello.
He kind of looks. He's like, "Oh, glad you could make it."
So are we.
Oh,
Is NG
All right.
with you today?
no. I probably won't see him for at least another month. He kind of comes in for a couple days, and then he heads out.
Where does he go?
I mean, he heads out to different places. I mean, he's got several agendas, several different things he's got to take care of. And he comes by to stop by for a drink once in a while, do some sparring with me, and then he has to continue doing his thing. I don't really ask many questions. We're just good friends, and we just leave it at that.
Interesting. I'd be curious to know how you know him sometime.
Oh, yeah, I mean, whenever you want to hang out and have a drink, I'm sure we can give me an hour, and I can definitely talk about NG. That's no big deal.
Okay. So how do you like the ship?
Oh, it's very nice. I mean, you guys definitely were able to procure a top-notch ship. Once you're able to figure out how to actually get this thing in the air, I mean, you'll definitely be able to have your reign of wherever you want to go. It's definitely available to be amped up if you ever decide to do any upgrades to it. It's definitely a very, very, very nice vessel.
Yeah, we're still learning the ins and outs of it. We'll get there.
I'm sure you will. I mean, you got this amazing vessel. No one really expected you to know how to master it in one day. So take your time, No one's rushing you to.
Gaiju's pretty
get you.
good. He's gonna show us the ropes.
Oh. Oh, so that's why you're the captain. Have you done much sailing?
Almost 5 years.
Oh wow, impressive. So you'll be able to tell the crew like everything they need to do. That's good. That's good. I was thinking that maybe you guys weren't really prepped out for this, but that's great. Well, do you mind if I head on?
For it.
Oh, all right, cool. And he immediately eventually just kind of takes that one step in and just kind of like starts peeking around the place, but he doesn't really evade anybody's privacy as he just kind of like hangs on to the main deck and then just kind of waits for wherever you guys want to go and he'll follow.
Is he just like curiously checking it out, or is he like a kid in the candy store? Like, what's
No,
his vibe?
like he's like
He just seems so eager to get on the ship.
no, like you could assume, because he's a big fan of being in the water as his central like calming point, that being on a ship is maybe like a thing that he's always wanted. Like, because then he's always surrounded by water. I mean, he's a sea elf after all.
While he's exploring the ship, I'll lean over to the group and be like, "Do you think he like wants to sail with us, you guys?"
Kind of looks like it.
That's something he's done before?
But no, he's way too excited to have never done this before.
Like he's not wandering. He's just kind of like staying still. And he's just kind of like, kind of reaching out to different sides and kind of taking it in, kind of thing. Tiefling tail waving in the wind.
God, not the tiefling tail. Just the return.
Well, why don't we sit down somewhere and talk about what our plans are the next couple days before we gotta head out?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yes.
Lead on wherever you want to go.
We didn't get the breakfast, did we?
Nope.
The kitchen!
To the kitchen.
To the galley in the mess. We
Oh.
still got more eggs, right?
I think so. What time is it now, though? Isn't it like in the afternoon?
Yeah,
It's-
we probably
yeah,
have
it's-
more like a lunch.
Yeah, it's like noon, 1
Brunch.
o'clock.
Okay.
What do the fancy folks call it? Brunch.
11 Z's.
It's 11 Z's. That's what it is. It's 11 Z's.
There you go.
Lunch on.
I'll go
As you
raise
guys
the
are
galley
like
and see if
walking,
I can find.
as you guys are walking, Cindy immediately is like, "Oh, don't mind. Excuse me for a second. I just real quick. Whenever you get a second, I just want you to meet the crew. We don't really have a full boat yet, but I'm still recruiting some more people. But for now,
good,
if you don't mind, I'm
okay.
just assigning them to different spots, just kind of clean up and everything like that. You're all good with that, right?
Of course.
They got to make their
We
pay.
can talk about more positions later.
All right, fantastic. Back to work. What are you doing? And she goes back to, whipping them in the shape.
Whisper into the group. Don't get on her bad side.
But while she's still doing
Cindy-
this, she's always still having like her
I
2
have to
revolvers
worry
and a
about that.
rifle on her back, like just cause, like don't F with Cindy kind of thing like that.
Isn't she working for us, kind of though?
You have
Yeah,
an
but
arrangement.
just don't piss her off.
I mean, we'll try not to, but
Cindy, while we're at it, looks like it'll be a few days before we go off. If you need to wrap up more business, go for it.
Oh,
What
all
time?
right. Well, as they're kind of like looking around, it's like none of you staying on the ship. All right, great. Well, again, once you come back out, we'll figure out room assignments and things that they should be doing. Also a pay system as they're like kind of like reaching around trying to like listen into it. But we'll take care of that later. Obviously, I'm all good. We're gonna worry about them. But I guess I can take the next couple days to try to see if I can find you a couple more people. A little tapped out on this side. With all the ships in town, it's making it hard to find people who want to who want to do cheap work. But I'll keep my ears open.
Plan on doing some more recruiting in town as well, so
Fantastic.
don't worry too much about it.
Okay. Very well.
Thank you, Cindy. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. I mean, it's gonna be a great adventure, and I'm excited. I'm excited. All right, back to work, you freaking dogs. Go.
Does she know who the captain is?
Does she know what?
Gaj's just gonna walk back to the group.
I think she's kind
I
of
would-
the unofficial captain.
No. She needs to dial that
How
back.
long she isn't. Anyways,
Let's get some lunch on and talk some business.
All right, so you guys make your way over to the galley.
Yee.
Make your way over to a table. I'm assuming, Dahlia, you start trying to prepare what you got to make some.
Get some snacks.
Okay.
Yes. What's
You can-
up in here?
I mean, like I said, you got a lot of dry storage, so you got some grain. You can do bread. You can probably make like some rice. And then there is some dried pork. So you could maybe do something like that. Do like kind of like a stir fry kind of style if you want to. There are some dried, like fast dried veggies. They're not really easy to cook, but you can at least make kind of like a sloppy stir fry.
What do you
stuff.
think, Thera?
Whatever that looks good to you, I'm just hitting another pair of hands.
Oh, this is a lot of responsibility. Okay.
so
Well,
you
look,
want it
we
to be
got-
the cook?
We got a lot of
I-
dried stuff. Put it in
I
some
just
water,
like
heat
to
it up.
cook.
It'll work.
Okay. And then I guess I'll just make some stir fry, but I feel like I'm just gonna go over the top with it, honestly. Just
Okay.
make like a ton of it.
All right, give me a performance check to see how long it's going to take you to make the food and the quality.
Shit.
Believe in you.
I assist.
17, okay. Whew.
Only assist if you are planning to help with food.
All right. Well, I am planning to help. With
Okay, well you can
If you need 50
Dahlia,
more
you can
stuff.
roll with advantage then, so you can go one more roll to see if you can get higher than 17. Natural 20.
Hey!
Oh!
Nice.
There you go.
All right, so
My effort to redeem myself from the day before.
within the time, I'm going to say it's going to take about a good half an hour to make a proper cuisine. You were actually able to find a stash that maybe was not moved out from the last stuff of maybe things that were procured that they didn't want you to have, as more or less it's too expensive to keep on board. And you're able to find actually like a frozen two large cases kind of hug out into the back that are fresh venison and different kind of meats that are like in frozen cases.
We hit the jackpot, Thera!
Wow.
Added to like already the rice and flour, grain, eggs, and dried meats and vegetables, this will definitely liven up the dish. Within the half an hour that you have, you can definitely use those kind of items to definitely, spice up the meal, whether or not you actually just want to make it more lively or just add in a much brighter look. But we'll get back to that. So the rest of you sit down with Silic. Well, thanks for having me on board. This is quite nice. I've been on a couple ships. This is not too bad for just procuring one off a battle. Again, congratulations.
Much appreciated.
So, did you figure out a plan of attack before you head off, or how you're going to head off, or if you're going to take the ship, or if you are going to take another route to head over there?
Well, seeing last night's plans got a little bit ruined for recruiting, hopefully still be taking the ship, but
Okay. All right, sounds good.
That'll be a tomorrow issue, I guess.
All right, and then as far as the 3 missions jobs I told you about, did you have any further thought about that?
We're thinking of the pirates and the cultists.
So to remind
gonna
you,
try
there's vampire, pirates, and then the one that is specifically something that you guys already started, which is the cultist.
Hmm.
And we'll do what we can for a vampire, spreading the word that he's out and about.
Okay.
I think we should probably start and look at the rest. The cultists?
Now to remind you, the cultist is more of a time situation. If that's something you
The
want to do.
pirates?
The cultist. If that's something that you want to approach on and assist with, it's something we got to at least start approaching tonight.
And where would that be?
That'd be North Averant. It'd be pretty close to. It's not too far from Kieran's Gap. So probably about
hear
a.
this?
I'm sorry?
I'm just looking. Are you guys in the mess that's next to the galley, or are you in the officer's mess? Just wondering if I heard that.
I'm assuming that they're going to be in the crew mess.
Okay.
Aaron Scout.
Yeah, over. It's pretty close to Kieran's Gap. It's a town, a mountain town, not too far from here. But there's no real straight shot to it.
I know Kieran's Gap.
All right.
Zera's from there.
Oh, okay. Fantastic. Well, I mean, a good lay of the land's always a help. I mean, we just know that whatever's happening is happening there. We got a few. We got a few rumors that it could be anywhere between some of the outlying residential areas. There's also a couple mines, and then I do know that there are a couple spots across the river bend that could be a very probable source, but until we get there, we really don't know more information. And as of right now, I can't head there in advance. Currently, some of the other soldiers are there, and if I head over there, they're going to ask questions of what if I'm doing there. And since it's kind of off the books, I can't really go there till later when they're pulling out for the night. They're not doing any shifts there at nighttime.
What?
And just to remind you two, by no intents purposes, can we tell anybody we're doing this? If for some reason this messes with your sensibilities as a average soldier, I totally understand. If for some reason we get caught, that this is problematic. So we gotta try to keep this as hush hush as possible.
So, like, everything's hush hush with you. We get it.
Okay, sure. Sure. Yeah. All right. Fair enough. So tonight then?
We won't stand you up this time.
That'd be greatly appreciated. I guess it smells great over there, but I'm guessing they got it a little bit longer. I mean, do you have any questions? I mean, this is a little awkward. I mean, he looks at the two of you. It's like you're the two that I'm not really. I don't think the three of us have really gotten on an even ground yet. So is there something I could do to kind of like straighten this out a little bit?
Deadpan. The twin stares are just killing me.
I'm so here for this.
I mean, just point us in the right direction. We'll go.
Right. That's not necessarily what I mean. You know, I'm on your vessel. I appreciate it.
Mhm.
I'm feeling very welcome. But I want to know that this is more. I want to kind of get a little bit more a close friendship than other than just acquaintances that do similar jobs. So I'm feeling a little bit stressed here. I just want to kind of clear the air. So if there's anything you need to ask me or anything that you need to help lighten the load, let me know.
We'll let you know if there is anything.
Okay. All right. Great. As he starts like kind of like messing with his hair, it's like, all right.
Are Deer and I just eavesdropping in the room while we're cooking? We're just like, it's getting good over there. Like whatever's happening.
He's like, all right. So
Well, I'm assuming that I haven't heard, or if I had, I would be out there going, hearing what?
Oh, fair.
I guess between Dahlia and Diro, what's your passive perception?
Good question.
Ah,
My passive perception is 10.
It's 10.
17.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a
Diro, maybe
cool
you're
skill.
a lot closer to cooking and stuff like that. That maybe you're just not hearing it with all different sounds going on. Dahlia, whether or not you're just closer to the wall, or maybe you're doing things that are less by like the knives and everything like that, you're getting a muffled version of the context that's going on. You got to kind of almost like, if you're naturally just standing there, you're not hearing it. But if maybe you like kind of like reach up and you kind of like press your ear against it, it's like, ooh, there's some juicy stuff going on over there. You know, like it's, but yeah, you
If
might.
I do hear Kieran's gap, I probably would tell Dira.
Okay.
But if I don't catch that and I just catch the hot, awkward goss, probably not. Won't say anything.
Roll me just a regular perception check to see if you would have caught that specific part.
Perception.
I'll say
17.
that specific phrase did what you did hear that, so you would have heard Kieran's gap.
Okay. Probably while I'm cooking, I'd be like, Dira, didn't you say you were from Kieran's Gap?
Kieran's Gap? Yeah. Why?
I swore I just heard them say something about that. I don't know.
Are you good here?
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah, go
excuse
ahead.
me.
Before she walks out onto us, so like, as far as I'm concerned, you're still our superior, so the only acquaintance you have is Dahlia.
Oh, well,
So,
yeah. All right, sure, right. Fair enough. All right, cool. Like, Dira, as soon as you walk in, like, Silica's like super uncomfortable. Like, like as soon as you open the door, it's like, oh, is food ready? Like, it's all
I
set.
feel like we're just trying to show him respect and just very, okay, this is how it is. This is how we're gonna do it. Poor Silic just wants to be friends.
Gaiji's just roasting him. To be fair, if he wants to be a leader, he's gotta act like it.
Can just feel the tension
I know,
all the
this
way
is
over here in the galley.
Oh, man.
It's
Dahlia's
the one
gonna
manager
walk
that
in,
wants to
he's
be
gonna
friends
just
with all
run
his
up and
staff.
hug her.
But yeah, as soon as you walk in, he's just like, is food ready? All set?
It's getting close.
Don't ever
Oh.
move me
Did
again.
we hear you say something about Kieran's Gap?
Oh, yeah. I think it sounds like that's we're all agreed on. That's what we're gonna do tonight, and that's where we're headed.
What's going on there?
Oh, like looking around, like cultists. There's rumors that they're over at Kira's Gap.
What? All right, that's real weird. She just kind of plunks down. That's what my dream was about last night. I told you I had weird dreams in the inn, and there was, and it was I was back home, and they were in the mines. That's weird. There's a lot weird going on, but that is weird.
We've had a lot of encounters with gods. Do you think it was a vision?
I don't know. I didn't want to think it was anything, because ain't nothing there but poor folks in a mind.
Seems like a good cover for cultists, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, then, if that's where we're going, that's where we're going. Absolutely. We'll have our lunch and I'll get my stuff together.
Okay, sounds great. I'd say after like a few more minutes of awkward silence.
What have you heard? What have you heard?
About Kieran's Gap? I mean, the same people that I have that's been tracking them that found us the way to the first location a few days, like a week back. They were able to figure out that whatever they're doing, whatever ritual they got going on, and what we assume they're summoning is happening somewhere over there. We don't know specifically until we get there, but unfortunately we can't go now. The soldiers take a break at nightfall, so it's best that we go there during then. I mean, is this a problem?
No. The cultists act in my hometown, yeah, I call that a problem.
Right. No, that's
here?
That's not what I meant. It's like, is this gonna be a problem for you to go there? Like, do you need to be out of the mission for this, or are you gonna be good?
I'm absolutely going.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. I mean, I get it. Personal stakes in it. You know, hopefully they haven't had any problems with the villagers. Hopefully this is completely...
I haven't heard anything like that, because they were messing with the folks around Dahlia's home.
Yeah. Right. We haven't found any signs of like hang on, I'm just tripping balls over gravity's light.
Trying.
The lights are against them.
Like, I'm just looking at the screen, and all you guys are just small images to me, but then all of a sudden just see bright lights coming from one image, and it's like I'm just staring at like a moth to the flames, like, oh, I'm losing track of what I'm saying. Fair enough.
No, as soon as you say you don't think that they're messing with the villagers, there's this big relieved sigh.
And,
she looked up until that second, she looked ready to just bolt without lunch.
No, he's like, we were able to figure out about Dahlia's dad and the other people in that area before we came to you guys. So I don't think there's anything like that here. We assume that whatever they did in town over back when over at Averant, we think that they're finished, and whatever they're doing in your hometown is whatever the result is of that. Which is where the necessity for speed, but unfortunately we have to wait for that point, kind of comes in. We have a feeling that if we do this tomorrow, they might have already gone, or whatever they finished is already complete. So I guess the major thing is to, step one, to stop whatever they're doing before they finish it.
Mm-hmm.
And step two, maybe just stop this in its tracks so they don't move around again.
I hope so.
Yeah.
All right. So she calms down a little bit, but that was there was definitely incipient freak out there.
I guess while we're talking about it, it should probably bring up whether or not you've all thought about it or not. The creature, that creepy creature that came out through the wall and grabbed that dude. we might want to keep out for her. There's been the few of my guys that watch some of the night shifts over there have had sightings of a witch that matches the same description. I assume it's not her, but you know, they're very specific. You know, 4 wings, very decayed, kind of moving with the shadows. I hope you don't have to deal with her, but you know, just be prepared.
Hoping we don't run into her again.
We
Yeah,
don't
me
say
too.
anything, but she's just nodding agreement.
About at this point, I'll say, Dahlia, you finished the food.
Oh, let me come help you with that.
Bust in the room with the tray, be like, "Food's ready!"
Just kick the
And
door
I'm,
open.
like, all
Check this shit
excited. Everyone just looks so.
Oh, that looks amazing.
serious. Come and put it down. I'm like, okay, so I found some meat in there, some like really nice meat. So I was like, you know
Yeah,
what?
I don't know
Go
what
cook
who
it up
left
for
that,
everyone.
but we hit the jackpot.
I'll
It's
say-
still good. It's still good. Okay.
I'll
Trust
say
me.
with a natural 20, and that you both working out together, the meal that you prepared per person is probably like a 20 gold dish.
Wow.
So
Nice.
however you want to describe it is however you want to describe it, but you had different kind of very, very expensive meats with whatever kind of dried foods you want, if you want to kind of describe it out if you'd like.
Well, it's definitely I did go ahead and like cook the venison because I was like, oh, it's frozen, like might
Sure.
as well just cook it. So so it's cooked with like some spices and stuff. Dahlia likes to have a little bit more of this like spicy kind of food, so there's not too much but a little spice in it. And then there's probably a side of, would you say there were potatoes in there?
Sure. Yeah, potatoes would be dry food, so yeah, why not?
Sure. Cool. So then there'll just be steamed vegetables and probably just like some chopped steamed potatoes as well, all seasoned to perfection by yours truly. So, and
Alright, I was smelling
your
this while it was cooking, and I had no idea what was coming. This is amazing.
It looks fantastic.
This looks
Thank you.
amazing.
yay! Well, go ahead. And yeah, I'll probably help like get everyone a plate.
So everybody has a very appetizing plate of the meal that was just prepared. And probably the better the dishes you've had in the past month plus, since you're due to a very tight budget. Very exquisite for stuff that you were able to find on the ship, and showing off Dahlia's skills as being a chef with the combo together has a very, very nice appetizing dish.
And I made
I'll
20
s-
for leftovers.
I'll say, due to the natural 20 and the help, I'll say, Dira and Dahlia, if you do any cooking again, you automatically get a +2 for any cooking skills that you roll for advantage.
Ooh.
14. Thank you, Babu.
So, I'm assuming everybody kind of just jumps in and devours at their food. You guys haven't actually eaten anything for almost 24 hours because you guys didn't really have anything for dinner.
Oops.
Yeah.
So, but you were able to enjoy the food.
Did I miss anything?
Oh no, it's fantastic. Very good. Thank you.
Oh, I meant like the mission stuff, but thank you, I appreciate it.
Oh, Granula, I'm getting all my. Yeah, all right. Well, no. Like I was telling the rest of the group and telling Dira, we're heading over to Kieran's Gap tonight. Need you to meet me there. And probably about dusk, maybe a little bit afterwards. We need to make sure the shifts change over. We can't have any Everett soldiers in town while we do this. And then we need
How
to
far
investigate.
is that from here?
From here, if you take a direct route, which is not really direct, you gotta kind of cut around a little bit. Probably about a good 3 hours. You gotta kind of hug around Averant.
Yeah, that's why I don't get home too often.
Okay.
So, like on the map, so when you're looking at the Averant map, like Lakeshore is due north. Kieran's Gap is due south. So either you would walk all the way back to town and then cross back to town and then head south into the mountains, or you would go around and take longer time and you would literally circle around the town, which is what a lot of people do because they don't have permission to cross through it. So it takes them more like 5-6 hours to get around.
Okay.
But you're able to cut through it, which would take you 3 hours. So it's like 1 hour to get back in town, another hour to cross through town, another hour to get over to Kieran's Gap from town.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Since this is an island, Averant is the dead center of it. All the towns are within an hour, either southwest, east, or north of it. I'm considering Lakeshore the north town, Kieran's is the south town. And Kieran's would be the most southern dominated area that has been charted on Averant maps. So it's so dangerous due south of there that people who have kind of claimed that I'm going to travel further south of there have never come back.
It's like all those stories Dira talks about, like the scary stories.
Like there are some uncharted lands that some people have gone to. Maybe Dira or somebody else as a kid have like ran over there, but they never charted them because they're like huge prairie lands that have no reason to be charted. But past there is, depending on the season, if it's winter, it's endless night due south. No one knows why. It's always winter and constantly storming on that side. Just about an hour south of Kieran's Gap. Anybody goes there is lost. If it's about summertime, it's almost like desert. It's so dry that people, like, it's almost like getting lost in a desert. Like, you constantly lose direction, and then no one ever returns. If they ever do return, they almost have, like, amnesia, and they don't remember their journey there.
So, like, as far as our pirate friends, what do we need to do for that?
As far as them, I mean, if that's something you want to approach, as far as taking that, the best bet that we got is you can't take him out here. That's the drawback. Unfortunately, they have diplomatic rights with some of the council members. Either you take your own ship and you find them somewhere on the water, and you're either able to convince them, whether it's civil or by the throat, to have them stop charting over in this direction, or we need you to kill them. By all intents and purposes, I can help you, but that will decrease the cost that I will be giving you for it.
Like, kill them at sea?
Yeah, preferably at sea. If you're doing it over here, it's going to draw too much attention to you. You'll definitely get arrested, and since you are Averant soldiers, you'll probably get deposed as soldiers. I mean, by all intents and purposes, when they're here, they're not pirates. They're considered diplomatic charters, but we know better. Yeah, and we know better, and unfortunately, what they're getting away with is murder and a lot worse. And they're getting away with it due to their immunity that they have. So this is one of those lines that the law isn't helping, and I'm paying you to go around the law to deal with it. If you can convince them without killing them, more power to you. But however you want to do it is completely up to you. I can't really help you, but if you really need me to, I can, but that will decrease the value of how much I'm going to pay you for it.
Think we can be convincing?
I'm sure you can.
Just stare at him awkwardly.
He just kind of like doesn't notice it, and he kind of like looks over to the side, and he doesn't notice it, then he kind of like does like a double take. It's like, oh, you got like kind of like cleans up his face. I got something. I'm sorry, did I not clean off my face after the meal? This is so embarrassing.
Oh, you're good.
Oh,
I love these two intimidating him,
okay.
all the time.
All right. It kind of like just tries to ignore you, but you can clearly see it's like fucking with him. It's like, all right. Well,
You good?
so.
Something wrong?
Oh, me? No, I'm all good. I'm great. Well, if there's nothing else you need, I'm gonna head out. If you want to meet me over at Kieran's, like I said, a little bit after dusk, I'll meet you over at the tavern there.
Another pepper.
By all intents, Dira, if you want to go back there for personal reasons, you can, but you can't represent as a soldier. So
Do we
probably
need to
go
be in
casual.
like undercover clothes?
Well, if you guys decide to go there at the time that are specified, there's gonna be no soldiers, so it'll be fine. But I wouldn't spend too much time chatting up the locals, if you know what I mean. In case any of them are a little bit more pro-Averant, they might kind of ask questions. So, Dira, by all intents and purposes, if you want to go see your family, go ahead, but I would probably take some more casual body armor with you instead of the normal soldier armor. So he's just like, all right, well, thank you for the meal, Dahlia. Dira, thank you for the helping of the meal. It was...
Thank you for the information.
Yeah, always a pleasure. And I'll see you later tonight.
Okay.
All right. And he starts like heading out.
Yeah.
Kind of like slowly creaks the door as he closes it behind him. And he starts heading out.
I probably walk him out like to be
Oh, okay.
nice. Yeah.
I'm just gonna shout, "You're welcome to join for dinner anytime."
Oh, thanks. I'll keep that in mind. That's great.
I'm just gonna give Zephania a look.
He's an odd fellow. What can I say? Had to extend
He's
the invite.
awkward.
As you're walking him out, she's just like, so, is there something I did wrong?
Wrong? No.
I don't mean to be this way, but it seems like, not naming any names, but it seems like a couple of your group is a little bit off with me, and I can't figure out why. I'm trying to be really, really good, but I don't want to be like the guy in charge. I just want us to all be on like an even playing field, and I just want to be friends with everyone.
It just takes time. It takes them a little bit to trust.
Oh, okay.
I think.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, is there something
you
I gotta
know-
do?
Well, to be fair, Silic, every time that they have been with you, it's been on the mission or getting assigned the mission, so maybe you should just come around to hang out. I don't know, maybe you can guide you out for like some bro time.
Oh,
6 a.m. sparring lessons, you know.
oh, that's a great
Or,
idea. That's a
sometimes
fantastic
they
idea. No,
spar.
no, thank you, Dahlia. That is a great idea. I love that idea.
And
I
if
love that idea.
and I feel like you all are very punchy people, and I don't identify with that,
Well-
but I support it. And they do some spars sometimes on the deck. You could come and, kick
that's-
their butt, or they can kick your butt.
Oh,
Safinia is really
Safinia
good
and
at
Gaji
kicking
do?
ass.
Oh, you think I can go ask them now?
It's like our little fight club. It's like a Hiraeth fight club.
Oh, that's
Yes.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
You should come by sometime. And,
Are you guys doing it
join in
tomorrow?
on the fest.
Are you guys doing tomorrow?
You know.
I mean, I don't know if we're gonna like. I'll tell you what.
You know what? You know what? I have sending now. So I'm gonna send a message to Zephinia and be like, "Are you doing Fight Club tomorrow morning?"
Oh dear God, Dahlia has sending.
Hey Jude, Alia wants to know if we're doing Fight Club tomorrow. I'm assuming she's meaning our sparring.
You're not supposed to talk
Probably,
about
and
Fight
I'm
Club.
going to say yes, because one of these days I'm going to kick your ass.
Yes, we're doing our Fight Club.
Good news, Silik. They're doing a Fight Club
Okay.
tomorrow morning. You should come by.
All right, awesome. I'll come in tomorrow. I'll tell you what. Thank you for the offer. I'll bring in some
Yeah.
sweets. How about that? I'll contribute my own portion. I'll bring some sweets tomorrow. I'll come in. Yeah, I'm excited.
You just have to
This is
hang
great.
out like as friends. Yeah, we just have to hang out.
Yeah,
as
yeah, yeah,
friends.
yeah, yeah.
Not,
I get it. No,
not
I'm
like superior.
I'm
and then
so
us.
stupid. How did I not think of this? We just need to fight
No,
it out.
It's
Them. Love him.
I don't even know how to respond to that. If
Like
that's...
he's getting so jacked right now. It's like, yes, this is great. Awesome.
Yeah. Well, I usually, you know, me and Dira usually make like eggs and like pancakes. If you want to bring some bacon or something. that
Oh,
would be,
okay. Yeah,
like,
I can bring
really
some
good,
bacon.
yeah.
I got a guy back over in Everett. Yeah, I can grab some bacon. Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, perfect. This will be so much fun.
Oh,
and then
cool.
you can fight it out.
Yeah. Cool. All right,
Yeah,
cool.
I mean-
And then, like, he's like all excited. It's like, all right, I'll see you later. All right, cool. He's like
Okay.
all chipper, like he's like whistling his way out of there, like kind of like
Don't
spinning
forget
his tail
about Bro
around.
Night too. You have to initiate Bro Night too.
All right, yeah, bro. Yes.
Oh my God.
Okay. And I wave him goodbye.
All right.
Can't wait to tell
He's
the
like
others.
so like excited,
You
like
know
he's
we're getting an inn somewhere and not returning in the morning, right? It's gonna be our luck. His
like
luck.
he's that
And then
guy like that's just like
I bust into the back into the crew mess and be like, Silik's gonna join you guys for Fight Club tomorrow.
Oh, I
And also,
missed that.
Gaiju, he wants to have like a bro night. I figured that, like, I don't know if that's something you're down for, but he was really interested in it.
Kinda giggle.
like he's whistling out there like God, just my best
think he broke
friend.
Gaiju.
We're gonna be like best friends ever.
Dahlia broke. I think you broke Gaiju.
We'll make no promises, but I will at least go with him. However, if he gets butt hurt, that's not on me.
Butthurt about bro night or butthurt about the sparring? Or both?
Yes.
All of the above. I am most definitely getting up to watch this party.
Right now he's like that
Oh,
asshole at work
absolutely.
that whistles and is too cheery all the time. Like, what the fuck do you have to be happy about? Kind of like that. Like he's walking around town just fucking just like whistling. Like he's like he's high fiving random people. He's like gunning some people. Like yeah, you know.
Oh my
He
God,
just
I'm much more of a dork than I realized. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
He just wants to be friends with everyone. And I told him, you know, to be fair, that every time we've seen him, it's been being assigned the mission or being in the mission. And that he needs to just hang out with us like friends. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can relate, but no offense, but he's kind of in the wrong line of work for that.
Yeah, little bit. But A for effort, right?
Something like that.
And if you guys have some beef with him, you can just punch him tomorrow, and then you can feel better, maybe.
Good fucking luck.
Gonna be like,
don't necessarily have any beef
Why
with
does-
them. I just
Yeah, the question is he also leveled up? Excuse me.
gonna die.
I know some people just like punch it out. I'm trying to remember what he said. So I'm like, I don't know. Maybe it'll work. I'm
While this
just trying.
discussion is going on, Dira's as everybody's finishing up, going to kind of clear plates and get in the galley and seeming a bit preoccupied.
Just to remind you guys, Silic is level 12. Just FYI.
Jesus Christ, my dude.
I was gonna say, wasn't he 8? I thought he was like 8 before.
He was 10 before.
He was
Okay.
like
He was
He
10
leveled
before
up with
us.
you guys.
Yeah.
This is gonna be entertaining. Okay,
Exactly.
yeah. So I'm gonna clear the tables and kind of, I'm not like ignoring people, but seeming a bit preoccupied, and I'm gonna head back to my cabin to pack up stuff and get ready.
Are you okay,
yeah.
Lyra?
Yeah. I just that kind of threw me for a loop, and I want to make sure everything's all right there.
We're here if you
Well-
need us.
We'll make sure everything's okay.
All right. I'm just gonna go get packed up and get ready to go. So I'm gonna go back to my cabin, and I didn't have my uniform on anyway, but I'm definitely not bringing it after what he said. The armor I've got is already the one that I took off of the cultist in the cave. As I'm packing stuff up, I take out the feather that was left behind by the apparition thing, whatever the hell, and just kind of sit and stare at it for a second. Kobiel, I don't know what is going on. I don't know if this thing is connected to you. I don't know what you want from us. But if anything happens to my people, if anything goes wrong, I don't know. Just some kind of guidance, please. And just kind of rub the thing, and I don't like the feel of it. And just kind of sitting, but still trying to wrap my head around all this, and just kind of sit and listen, and I don't know.
Joe, we can't hear you.
No, I'm in my
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
You can-
Joe.
You can give me a religion
Oh.
check.
Okay,
Sorry, I've been muting myself and I'm not talking.
gotcha. That is a 14.
14. As you start using the feather left behind, and you're trying to just, whether you're expecting a response or not, you start to talk. Nothing happens immediately. Whether it is a surprise to you or not, near the end, the feather itself starts to do what she kind of did to the wall. Like, it starts to kind of like evaporate into kind of like a mist of sorts. You feel a sense of anxiety, a pressure on like your soul. Whether or not you felt this before is completely up to you. You feel like something happened. Whatever you just did, whether it was Kakolpiel or somebody else, somebody made contact with you. You know this is a god who's trying to connect with you, but you're unable to really precisely tell if it is the correct one you're trying to communicate with. If you give it another 10 seconds, 20, 30.
Hello?
You feel, at first, you feel relaxation as you feel the warmth of the glow that you normally feel of Kakolpiel's response, of an accepting that at least she's listening to you, whether or not she's going to do something about it. But then you feel cold. It starts off with warmth, and it starts to shiver you down your spine. A sense of unrest. It's not a comfortable feeling. Do you decide to say anything during this process?
Who's there?
Give me one
I
more
don't
religion
know.
check.
Okay. Eight.
You hear a voice, but it's almost like it's far away from you. Like so far that you can hear someone talking, but you can't hear the words. No vision comes in. You are trying to listen. You're trying to negate all the other sounds in the area. You just want to listen to this. You want to hear her. And as this is going on, it's muffled. It's like hearing something through several plates of glass. You can't even get a single word out of there, but you know someone's communicating to you. You somehow have a feeling this is who you want to talk to, but for some reason you just can't hear her. Maybe you're not ready. Maybe you're just not in the right mindset. Maybe what she's communicating to you, you are not supposed to hear. Maybe it's Alazna. Maybe Alazna's stopping you from hearing this. There's many different scenarios why this isn't working. But you do know she's trying to communicate to you. For some reason you just can't hear it. A couple seconds later, you know how this works. They try. The room goes black. Time stops. She's trying to reach to you. Almost like your reach is, you're both going for it. You're both trying to reach out and grab each other's hand, but you just can't get there. The room itself isn't even filling itself up with objects. You're still in this empty void of nothingness. As you see the hand of the beautiful visage that is Kokopiel. The pale white skin with the gold and lavender jewels over her hands. But you don't see the body, and you see it reach out. The polished fingernails, the gentle skin. Try to reach out to you, and you just can't get through. You can't move any further. You just don't know how to control yourself in here. So you eventually get pulled back. Whatever happened just didn't work. But you do know that she was trying to communicate to you. And you do know it was supposed to directly be to you, not to anybody else. But it just did not work. Then it goes silence. Your body turns into regular comfort. No heat, no cold, no anxiety. Unless that is how you want to feel. But you are back to where you were before you decide to try to create contact.
I wrap the feather back up and keep packing.
Okay.
And I'm unhappy.
Okay. So, what would the group like to do?
What time is it right now?
I'll say that you guys spent a good amount of time eating, making food. A little past
Chatting it up
2,
with our
maybe
boy
3.
Still.
Okay. So we should probably be leaving soon,
Yeah.
but
In this area, dusk would roughly be about 5. So you said a little bit after dusk, which is about 6. So yeah, leaving soon would probably be beneficial.
Dira's
Okay.
going to be on deck with her pack. Shifting her weight.
there is a couple of things I want to do.
Okay.
If we're all still kind of in the galley, going to use Awakened Mind, and Dahlia is going to hear Gaiju's voice in her head. Meet me in my cabin in 10 minutes. And he walks off and goes to his room. And while he's waiting, he's gonna pull out his the amulet for Alazna. And he would like to try to reach out to her.
Okay. All right. And are you doing this before Dahlia gets to you or after?
You could probably do it before, because in hearing that
It
I
depends
will.
on how long it takes her to answer. I'll
I
try
think-
for like 5 minutes.
Okay. So I'd say
Let me
I
see
take
if
the
she-
opportunity to make some tea in the meantime, so it I could run late potentially.
Okay.
Wanna try?
I would try for like at least 5 minutes, see if she'd answer within that time.
Okay.
I think there's something wrong with Gladolin. I could use your advice.
You're talking to Dahlia, right?
No, I'm talking to Alasna.
Alasna. Okay. Takes about a minute. You hear kind of a rushed kind of... What's wrong with Gladlin?
I had a dream last night. He was being puppeted by, it seems, 3 versions of himself. I believe it was anger, sorrow. I don't remember the third one.
Happy.
Happy. Thank you. Happy. I don't know. I don't dream very often. And when I do, they're usually nightmares. Or visions. Gone wrong. And I think something's wrong.
Well, this is a problem. It is kind of why I needed you to contact Gladlin. Gladlin is, without getting too technical, he's losing a sense of self.
You know why?
It's hard to explain. Let's just say he's holding the power of 3 in the mind of 1. That's probably why he's getting a sort of split personality. He also was not the most, as much as I love him, he wasn't the most mentally stable person. He had a lot of dark background. When you get in contact with him, try to contact me. He's gonna try to avoid me, but we need to solve this problem before it gets further. He could cause issues.
Do I give him the crown or not? He's very adamant about getting it back. But if this is going to cause harm, then I don't want to.
The crown is nothing more than sentimental to him. By all intents and purposes, he can have it. It will not give him any more or less power than what he currently has. If you want to give it to him, by all intents and purposes, go ahead. If you feel like you don't want to give it to him, feel free to hold on to it. But the crown itself is pretty much useless. It might be the reason why he's contacting you, because you have the crown. I did not expect it. You have no reason to have a link to it. So it's quite odd that he's reaching out to you instead of you reaching out to him. But it's completely up to you. What'd you say?
Alright. He's reaching out to me through a companion, not me specifically.
Oh, well, that is something different. Which companion?
Dahlia.
Dahlia. I honestly don't. I mean, as powerful as I don't have the sight for what he sees. But if he truly believes that there's a reason why she can't have these things, I would trust his reasoning for it, but currently, right now, I'd say it's best that we just try to fix the problem at hand, but I can't help you at this point. I'm currently dealing with another mander that's, as much as I love him, I need to deal with it first. If you can give me a day, maybe 2, we can try to approach this as a more grounded situation.
Alright. I'll see if I can put it off then.
That sounds great.
Until
I
you have
appreciate it.
fun.
Thank you for your information. I appreciate your honesty. Just, if he contacts you, if you want to give it to him, by all intents and purposes, feel free. Like I said, it's not going to do anything. It's not going to change anything. The crown itself lost power when he became a god. At this point, the only thing I think it does is create a mental link to... Give me an intelligence check.
Oh boy.
It does something.
Intelligence. That is a 16.
The crown itself had the ability originally to use the power off of a god before us, named Keter, who had the ability to manipulate time without using the 3 sisters. The crown itself's power was transferred to Gladlane when he became a god. Thus, the crown itself is useless, but from what I understand is it still holds a... let's say a connection to anybody who has a attachment to the power already. For all intents and purposes, I don't believe that your friend has the ability of travel, nor does she have an item on her, but I believe that it's radiating energy because someone is actively trying to communicate to her from another time. Therefore, she's kind of a hotspot.
Alright. I'll keep a close eye on her then. Make sure she's alright.
Just be careful. Gladland himself can be happy and he can be go-lucky, but during his problems of late, he can be violent. If for some reason he thinks that she is breaking the laws that he does domain, he could just flip a switch and decide to terminate. Tread with caution.
Alright. I will warn her then. Thank you for your wisdom.
You are
I
welcome.
will talk to you soon.
I will be looking forward to it as you immediately feel her presence start floating away.
And I guess I will kind of just pace around my room until Dahlia arrives.
Okay.
I feel like pretty shortly after that, I knock on the door.
Okay.
Let her in.
Okay.
Thank you for
I've got
coming.
I've got the tray of tea in my hands, and it's just like, and she just immediately starts talking, and she's like, you know, I just want to apologize because I feel like I've been a mess like this whole past week, and I've been in my own head, and I haven't been able to help you out and support you, and I feel like you needed somebody yesterday that wasn't there, so I'm just really sorry, and thank you for everything that you've done to help me. Here's some tea.
Come on in.
She shuffles them.
I wouldn't worry about it too much. You've had a lot on your plate as well.
Yeah, but you have
What?
too. That doesn't
I
mean
always
that your
think it's
problems
my
go
plate.
away.
Fair enough.
And
Well, thank
I
you.
also want to say that, you know, the girls were right yesterday. You do have us, and we're all a team. And no one's leaving you behind. So you can trust us. And you can trust me. I'll be here.
Thank you.
Just awkwardly blush a little, and I'm like fixing up the tea.
He's almost a little bit flustered about that because he's still not used to being so close to people or like having such a tight-knit group. But he'll like graciously accept the tea and kind of like sip at it for a little bit, and then it's very obvious that he wants to say something but he doesn't know how to say it. Probably because there's a lot on his mind.
Well, if he's going to be quiet, she will fill the silence and hand him his tea and be like, "Are you okay? Do you need to talk about anything?"
There's always a lot to talk about. Unfortunately, I am just not good with words. Unless absolutely necessary or in a social setting, so...
This is a social setting.
My room is a social setting.
We're socializing in a setting. I clearly am not that great with words either. I don't know what I'm trying to do. And I just put down the tea. Pick up my own.
I asked you to come here for a few reasons, actually. I know I kind of spoke about it last night, regarding your father and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
And again, I am not good with words. I guess my point is, my dad disappeared when I was 15, and I spent a long time taking care of my mum and making sure that she was alright. I don't know what your relationship is like with your father, but I know that if this were my mum in that situation, I would do everything that I can to watch over her and make sure she's safe. And so I guess what I'm saying is, if you need to bring him on board while we go on missions, you are welcome to. We can find him a caretaker so you don't have to worry about him, but if you need it, the offer stands.
It's something that she hasn't considered, so she's pondering it for a while. Then she gestures to sit. I don't know where else there is to sit. I don't know where. Would it be weird to sit on his bed? Is there an office chair? I could sit somewhere.
Let me look at my room.
Where is he right now? In the room.
Captain's quarters. He's got the captain's
Yeah,
quarters.
but-
There's a desk. And
I think he's just.
There's a
double
desk,
standing.
there's a bed, there is another table, and then there is like
that's
just
over here?
the stool right here that you can move around.
I thought that was a.
Oh, I'm sorry,
post.
that's the pole. Never mind. So there's
It's a
the table.
shape-shifting
Yeah,
pole.
yeah. And then I mean, you could sit on
There's
the
the
chest if you want to.
Where is he in the room right
Right.
now? I imagine she puts
Probably
the tea
standing in
here.
the center. And where?
She's probably put the tea on the desk.
Okay. He's probably standing by the desk.
She'll just walk over and sit on the edge of the bed, honestly, just not thinking much and just is thinking about his offer. And she's quiet for a moment, and then she looks up and is just like, "Do you think he'd be safer here than at the sanctuary?"
Aberrant is a complicated place, in my experience. And it seems like a lot of problems have arisen here. And I don't know if it's going to be any safer where we're going, or if he would be safer here, but if you want to keep a close eye on him. Nearby is probably the best bet for that, but that's up to you.
Oh, I mean, of course I do. He's all I have. But I don't know where we're going, and I don't know if we put them in harm's way and something happens, Gaiju, I don't know if I could ever forgive myself for that. That's my concern. I'll miss him terribly, of course, and I want to be close to him, but you know, I don't know where we're going, I don't know what we're going to be going up against, and I don't know if he will be able to make that kind of trip.
DM, would we know where headquarters is?
You know it's in Sorgaria, right?
Yeah,
But
you know it's
do
in
we know anything
Sorgaria.
about that? But do we know anything about like that place?
All of you can give me
Right.
history. Well, I guess the two of you talking can give me a history check.
Ooh, I don't know shit. That's nat 1.
Oh shit.
History check?
Yeah.
14.
14. Dahlia, you know, whether it's just from conversation, talking to other soldiers, or just reading up some information, the island itself, early up in the First Age, was originally a religious grounds. It was very common for many clerics to go there as a sense of passage. And eventually, because it was considered neutral territory where no governments could go, pirates eventually took it over and killed off the clerics that were there or enslaved them, and eventually made it their own kingdom, and essentially created essentially their own specific territory that became strong enough for no other government decided to really F with them. Not because they were powerful enough to attack, but they were powerful enough to defend. And any pirate went there for a specific sort of freedom. It was destroyed near the end of the First Age due to what was considered a mixture of a giant explosion and the attack of the plague dragon destroying the area.
Oh. Would I know what its current state is? Like what
Its current state is after
has done with it?
what you know about what it currently is limited due to most of it being kind of secret. But you do know that after the kingdom of Neverent became powerful, they took it over, rebuilt it, and it became what can I think of his name? Renard's essential Dr. Frankenstein Island. That's where he does a lot of his more crazier schemes that don't always work out, and anything that succeeds he sends back over here to get him tested out and worked out in real-world situations. The center facility is a smaller base for any of the freelancers to work at. They're also given specific extra equipment due to their position whenever they leave or enter there. That's pretty much what you know.
So it, off the top of my head, wouldn't really be a place I can bring somebody like my father to.
Absolutely not.
That answers that question.
I mean, we have a ship. He can stay
We do
on the
have.
ship.
Can he stay on the ship though? If it's a military base and people be military and around, you know. That's a joke. Joe in question.
Oh, you asking me?
I asking out loud.
I mean, you can give me a wisdom check.
Not like most of our crew is fit for the military.
No, but like, I'm just because he's not fit for the military.
Yeah, you can give me
I-
a wisdom check to kind of like.
Am I picking up what you're putting down? I don't know if he could even just be there to chill as like the ship mascot, you know?
So unless for some reason he is a crew member of yours, and he is consistently working on the ship while it's docked, you believe that he would get immediately killed by entering there without actually having a position. And even then, as far as you would assume, any of the crew members, like Cindy or any of the people that she brought aboard, they're not allowed to leave the ship while it's docked.
Ooh, that's rough. I appreciate the offer, Gaiju. I really do. That means a lot. I may ask the others and see what they think, but I just am not sure if that will be safe for him.
It's not something you have to decide now. I just wanted to extend the offer. You have some time to think about it, so. On a more last night related thing with Gladwin.
What else did I say?
While you were drunk, as the others mentioned, you were talking to Gladwin. And he revealed himself to me as well, when I tried to pull you out of the tavern.
So I was talking to Gladwin.
Yes.
Okay.
Do I know about the whole, like, being near another time-related thing, or did I arrive, or did I catch on to that late? I can't remember.
Someone who's rewatched the episode 3 times, yes, he did say something after he appeared to you.
Yeah.
I need to know what Gaiju knows versus what I know.
Sure.
Which is a lot of overlap, but from what it appears, someone we were drinking with last night was messing with time again. And seeing as NG seems to be the newcomer to the group, it would make sense if he were the one. But it seems like Gladwin was once again accusing you of time travel. Additionally, last night I had a dream. And it seems that he... How do I put this? Is losing himself, as Alosna put. I think we need to be careful with trusting him. And try not to get on his bad side.
Did
It
I
seems
get on
he
his
can
bad
get
side
violent.
last night.
You were pushing it.
Noted. Should I apologize to him too?
Not yet, but I think we do need to be careful going forward. I spoke with Alosna before you came, and she would like to be present when we speak to him next. However, it would be best if that is in another day or two. So if we can somehow put off speaking to him, that would be preferred.
We can try. But if there's one thing I have learned about Gladwin is that he is very insistent. Especially on his own terms. But yeah, we're gonna have to see how that goes.
Alright. But I wanted to make sure we were on the same page about that. The girls obviously told us about Silic and NG not trusting him, so I think we do need to be wary while he gets brought up.
I think that there's definitely something going on. Gladolin doesn't like time travelers, clearly, because he thinks I'm one or something. And I thought it was a dream, and now I'm thinking about it. And I had to. It could have been a vision, but I swore I saw Inji time travel. Just blip out of our time, I guess, or dimension, just like that. But then again, I also had a dream that Gladolin was everywhere, which seems like it actually happened, but also then it was in my dream, so...
Don't know.
Just looking around, being like, what if he's here?
We probably should leave the ship soon before he decides to pop up.
That's probably a good
At that
idea.
moment, not just fucking with you.
Oh my gosh, Joe, stop. Don't play with me like that.
I was watching you, sir!
Yeah, literally! A spike in my blood pressure. There is something, I do need to ask of you. Do you still maybe have my mother's things?
Yes, I believe so.
I forgot I divvied them up between everyone. I was like, I kinda need them back.
I wrote them down.
I also wrote them down. I believe you just had all the weapons.
Dagger and spy uniform?
Oh, yes. You had the pair of daggers and the uniform.
Yeah. Do you need them right now, or do you want me to keep holding on to them?
I will probably just go put them in my quarters, until I
Alright.
can have time to deal with whatever that is.
Alright. And I'll kind of shuffle through my things and grab them for her.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you, and I appreciate your help again.
You're welcome. Thank you for being honest with me about yesterday and that you've got my back. It means a lot. I haven't had that for a long time from anyone. So
Well, you were right. We are a team. We do need to trust each other. And I understand that I haven't been the most honest person either. And at first I thought it was really just because I didn't want to push my problems on everyone else. But I'm starting to learn that maybe that's okay, because that's what friends do. We help each other.
that and you're a terrible liar.
I know.
Alright. Let's go take care of business and yeah. We'll do what we do best. Probably fuck shit up, but
I was going to say not lie.
Get into trouble.
But that we do fuck shit up as well.
and I'll kind of like open the door to my cabin and let her out.
I'll snag the if I can, I'll snag the tea tray on the way out, just because I brought that in.
Okay.
Fair enough.
And run out.
Okay. The other two of
As
you.
they come down the stairs, I'm sitting on the bench here, just waiting. We all ready?
I'm out there with her. All set.
I'll join them.
Let me run to my room real quick, and I'll put the tea
No
tray down
problem.
and be like, oh, and can I get some of those things back from you guys too, if you still have them? Just take those off your hands.
If I was carrying anything, assume that I've given it back to you. I don't think I was. I
Same
didn't have it in my
here.
notes.
Okay, cool. I was like, if we can just assume that, then I'll.
Yep.
Okay, then I will.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll just run back to my room to change into uniform and then pack a quick bag and be right back out. So
Okay.
and then I'm ready to go.
All right.
Do the rest of us need to be in uniform?
I mean,
I don't like
the
what's
whole
the
idea is
idea.
that if any of you are going to converse with any of the town folk or anything like that, like if you're going to be around with Dira while she's conversing with some of her family, it's probably best that you're not in uniform.
Okay. Yeah.
That's
then
what I'm
not
torn
gonna be in
about, because if
uniform.
we're meeting him at a tavern, you know, then we'll be in the public, you know. So I'm
Yeah,
trying to
just-
figure out.
So
uniforms.
him going to the tavern is just what he's implying is it's going to look like you're just regular average soldiers taking a break.
Okay.
But if you're investigating, if you're like actually going to someone's house, it's going to bring up suspicion of either A, is this person in trouble? Why are they Why are they going to that place? Or B, does this person actually live here and what are they doing here? So tavern is just soldiers at tavern. Go to
Yeah,
someone's
it's also
house.
just the convenience.
Okay. Then, yeah, we're
I
all.
am definitely going to stop by home, so with that being the advice, I am not in uniform.
Okay.
I think the rest of us are, right?
I'm gonna bring my
not
uniform
gonna-
with. It's in my bag.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I guess I'll put my uniform in my bag, but
Okay.
go without it for now.
I'll probably read the room and just do what everyone else is doing. So.
Okay. So some of you get changed. You'll decide to head out.
Mhm.
I don't think we'll have time. We'll kind of look at the sky, look where the sun is. I don't think I'll have time before, but I'd like to stop by home after if there's a chance.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Make sure they're all right.
Let's do it.
With the timeline of taking 3 hours to get there, is there any stops you need to make on the way?
If it's gonna put us behind, I can wait.
Okay. So, you head your way out. Making your way through, back to where you came, heading back over the Aberrant, and then heading further south from there. By the time you get to the Aberrant, it is now dusk. Taking another hour to go south. Compared to going north to head over to Lakeshore, where you start heading into a brighter, beacher kind of set, going south gets colder. Not winter so much, but you're heading through the mountains. It's a little bit windier, not aggressively so. The path to get there is a little bit less inviting. This is not a normal route for soldiers to cross. It's a little more narrow. It's less of a path for bigger caravans to cross through, and more or less a walkway. Probably about 10 feet wide. Just like heading your way over to Lakeshore, there is a middle, small, rest stop, small town. A little village, roughly about 5 buildings in total. Medic center of sorts. A small little inn that only has about 3 rooms. A multi-purpose shop. A blacksmith. And what looks like a specific building for the local government. Right now, it's currently very quiet. Nothing's really going on. Blacksmith currently looks like he is taking a break. He is currently on a rocking chair. Looks like he just put out his flames. They are still very hot, but he stopped putting air to go through it to keep the flames hot. Certain soldiers around here are very lightly armored. Small capped helms, lightly leathered armor. Very flexible, more or less for speed than it is for durability. You can see that they're mostly carrying more durable bows than swords. Maybe that they're used to something coming from the sky than coming from the ground. Is there any reason why you'd like to stop here? No? Okay.
So keep trucking through.
Not politely to anyone we pass, but I am on a mission.
Keep pushing your way through. About half an hour into it afterwards, you start heading into town you're looking for, as night has now fallen. Now, because I totally forgot this is gonna be night, I'm adding a new map, so give me a second while I add that real quick. I did make a map for this, but it was during daytime, so I'm just gonna quick switch it to a nighttime, which I just made.
How do you spell Karen's Gap?
Curran.
I've been spelling it so wrong.
Same.
Curran.
Oh.
Karen's Gap.
Oh, I've
Okay.
been pronouncing it wrong.
Thank
Curran's Gap.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I need to start.
As the person currently recapping, I am also just like,
Maybe this town will have some almonds.
Finally, Sophia gets what she's been looking for. Find the almonds!
She's just been craving those almonds.
I laughed my AirPod right out of my ear.
Not the almonds.
So you make it into the southeastern portion of Curran's Gap. It is nighttime.
where is my boy? There he is.
The town itself has itself a few different portions to it. So not a super large town itself. The main source is mining through a lot of the mountains in the area. This is really the furthest town south of the realm. And anybody that comes this way is either here for work or trying to chest of metal, trying to go further south. Other than that, it is a very, very rare tourist spot. Most people who are born here either stay here or they decide to leave because they want to see the world. It is night. It's not very busy out in town. It's mostly just a straight way through. Most of the main drag here are the businesses. Side stuff is a lot of the residential homes. Some of them there is a blacksmith. Going up further in this direction leads you up to more secluded residences. And people who have homes that have like their own specific garden, a larger space, more acres to themselves. Going further in this direction leads you into the specific miners area. Most of the sound that you're getting from the town is coming from specifically this building. You assume it's a tavern. As it is night, it's miners' town. Most of the sound that's coming from nighttime is mostly going to be people having the late shift or ending the late shift and having a drink.
This is all very familiar. I just basically head straight for the tavern without thinking much about it.
Fair enough.
Knowing how often we have left Silic waiting lately.
Okay.
Follow.
I'll just follow.
Okay. Entering the tavern. Immediately, you immediately step back as someone pushes their way open the door as you see a couple. One is a human, another one is what looks like a half orc kind of mixed with a dwarf female walking out. And one of them's a little pissed about maybe something happened in the mind. The other one is pretty drunk. Maybe they are drinking their sorrows away about what happened in a certain situation. But you move out of the way as they kind of move the way through of kind of like, don't get in our way, we're just going to keep heading this direction. But
Let him pass.
it is busy, but it's not like the tavern you were at the previous night. There's plenty of room to move around. And Silic is seen pretty easily. He's the only one with blue skin around here. Most of the other people are peachish in color, with the exception of a couple orcs that are green. And then there is one gentleman that is elvish, bald head, wearing furs, long trench coat with a darker complexion. You do see Silic himself actually has no booze at the table this time. It looks like he's actually drinking what looks like tea. He's just minding his own business, looks like
Probably
this
to
is
the
just not his crowd to be around, and he's just kind of found himself a corner with a table, and he's just kind of just hanging out. He does not notice that you were there right away, as he's kind of like turned in the direction where he does not see the front door.
I'm just gonna head straight over to his table.
Got it?
I'll let Dira take the lead on this one.
On a mission.
Mhm.
Oh, you arrived. Please, have a seat.
Welcome to Fern's Gap, such as it is.
Yeah, this is probably only the second time I've been here. I'm not really familiar with the town, but I've been here once before, and a long time ago when I was still new, and I was put at guard duty around here. But this is the first time I've been able to come in and have a drink. But last night was a little odd, and I feel like no more alcohol, so I'm just gonna have myself a pot of tea. By all means, if some of you want some, enjoy.
Take a cup, thank you.
Same.
I feel like we need to
There is a non-alcoholic cider that you can get here that's local. I am going to order some of that.
Local tavern girl comes around. Human, kind of a freckled, red hair, comes over. Kind of looks like she's been working a double. Her hair's originally been kind of knotted in pretty, but you can see a lot of the different strands have been just kind of falling out. She kind of comes off and she quick tries. Good evening. Anything I can get you?
I'd love some of the cider.
Oh, of
It's
course.
been a long time since I was home.
Oh, you're from here. Oh, brilliant. Well, I can definitely get you a cider. Anyone else need anything other than the pot of tea the gentleman ordered?
I'll
I'll
try
take a cider.
cider.
Cider? Oh, fantastic. I will grab a few ciders. I'll
Great.
be right back. As she's quick, like writing some stuff down, as she's just kind of like, she looks like her hands are dirty and barely is taking some time to really give herself her time. She immediately runs back and she grabs a few orders, as a few men get a little bit handsy with her, as she just is just too much, like, can't even really focus at the point, and she just kind of just keeps moving on. Maybe she's too focused on getting a tip or something like that, but she just doesn't stop it as she keeps moving. About 5 minutes in, she comes back with tall glasses of however Deer wants to describe this cider.
It's just like it's apples and also some of the berries that you get from the mountains that are kind of mixed. There's a little bit of fermentation, but not enough to be alcoholic, so it's mostly sweet. It's kind of cloudy. It's just a little different. Very kind of humble, but something local. Taste of home. So probably a little bit like a blackberry tinge to the flavor.
Sounds
But
awesome.
mostly just like when you get the apple cider at in the fall in the produce department at the grocery store. It's that kind of cloudy.
I'll try it.
Raw cider.
I'm kind of keeping an eye on this hostess lady now, though. Making sure she's
Same.
okay.
Okay. She's moving around with quite some pace. She's like running between different spots as people are grabbing her attention, and she's making sure other people got what they need. And currently, it looks like she's the only barmaid currently running a shift. There are currently 2 bartenders. The bar itself, for anybody sitting at it, is currently fully packed. There is no seats available over there, as they're constantly, serving their own, plus also giving her drinks. She's running around. Most people are not eating full meals. There are some people that have some trays of breads and cheese. Some of them have some dried pork. Some of them, one table specifically, has a group of people that have ordered what looks like the tavern special, which is a kind of like a porridge of sorts, kind of like a mixture of porridge with kind of like a clam chowder soup, like a local delicacy of the area. But plenty of people are drunk, and it looks like maybe she's just used to this, and she's walking around, and she comes over to another group. It looks like they noticed it, and they offer her like an extra tip for her problems for the night, and then they head off. As you can see, they only had a few beers, and they dropped like a 10 gold tip for her. But it looks like she is not in any harm other than her own fortitude as a female being taken advantage of.
That just
Silic
keep
mentions
an eye.
Silic mentions to all of you. So, a couple more minutes. The soldiers that are taking guard over at the farther western area will be heading out and heading back to Averant. We can finish our drinks and we can make our way over there. We have no backup, no support, much like last time. I did a little bit of recon ahead of time. It looks like specifically they're in the mines. We were able to find a few of the cultists wearing the skull masks entering into the mines. It looks like somehow, some way, the miners were convinced to close down for a few days. So they can make it in and out. So it looks like they haven't harmed anybody coming in. But who knows if threats were passed around or not. We don't know how many are inside. We were able to track at least 10 of them in that weren't coming out. Along with what seemed like a heavily armed soldier carrying a full great axe. Full plate mail armor and the whole works. One thing of interest that we got to take into account is we found out that there is a female missing in town. Last time she was spotted when she was entering into the mines. If we can, we need to find her, and we need to save her. Based off
You know
of...
the name?
I'm sorry?
You know the name?
We were able to figure out the name of her as Treya. She's a...
Do I recognize the name?
You would. She's one of the girls that lives on the outskirts that has a house that has a little more acres than maybe that you had. She's a bit younger than you. She's in her early... well, how old is your character? Remind me?
38.
And she's about early 20s. She's very secluded. Her mom has kind of kept her at home more times than not, has kept her very much like a precious gem. But occasionally she decides to head out to different spots. She is a druid, so she tries to go to different areas to try to grow different kind of plants in areas where plants don't grow. And she's been having a consistent pattern of entering in the mines to try to bring nature into areas where it is dead. She is described with why is my mouse not working? What the hell? Oh, there it is. I will... You know what? I'll just show you. She's described as a elvish female, always carrying a staff, usually with brighter colors and red hair. Silic immediately says, I know that we're doing this to help each other out, but I did promise payment. He immediately pulls out a bag, puts down. It's part of the usual fee that I'd have for anybody that I'm hiring for mercenaries, half now, half when it's done. So, here's a bag of 1,000 gold. I'll give you another 1,000 gold upon completion. This is all my own personal contributions, so This is the most I can give you without breaking the bank, so to speak. If by any chance that you feel like you need to use some of this real quick to go procure something, by all means, we have a few minutes. You would have to quick go find a store if you need to, but Dira, you said you're from here. Maybe you know a place, but we have at most half an hour before we should probably head out.
Should we stock up on
Anything we
health
need?
potions?
Not a bad idea. That's what I was thinking.
I don't know. Is there any place around here to get that?
You do know that there is a grocery store / general store. There's no really specific like apothecary here, but there's kind of like an all-purpose, kind of like a Walgreens kind of style thing here,
Mhm.
which is specifically this location,
We
which
can
has
try the
double
general
side.
store. We can try the general store. They ain't always got stuff like that, but that's where we'll find it if we will.
Like they don't have anything like crazy unique, but they have a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
If you head over there. If you head over there, it's basically like a bunch of different aisles. Like some of them specifically have like oils of like flame, different things you can add to your sword. They have everything from regular potions to superior potions. Basically the stuff that you can find in the regular player's handbook. They have nothing unique that's custom homebrew.
Maybe some graters?
Yeah, a couple of those wouldn't come amiss.
How much do you charge for greater potions of healing?
Greater potions of healing here would be 100 gold apiece.
And turn to the rest of the group.
Sorry?
Should we get one each?
Probably wise.
Turn back to the shopkeeper. Do you provide any discounts for bulk items? Like a 3 for 4?
Give me a persuasion check.
Can I assist on that in any way?
Sure, yeah, you can assist. Either you can roll yourself or your Zephynia can roll with advantage. So roll again if you want.
Oh, it's your
you like-
persuasion.
My persuasion modifier is exactly what you rolled, so.
So
Oh,
go ahead and Zephynia roll again.
Oh,
I'm gonna roll again.
do the advantage.
Oh, I was gonna. Sorry, it is +7. My bad. That's what I was
Oh.
trying to say. I am a silly goose.
You got a +7.
Next time.
I have a +7 on my persuasion. Yes.
Okay, I'll let you roll once.
Thank you.
Shit!
Oh,
We're not very
no.
persuasive.
We're not very persuasive.
Um,
That was a long walk.
the shopkeeper's like, well, we don't have like a buy something for something discount. I can bring it down by like 50 gold pieces if it's, I can do that. 350 for the lot.
Sounds like a fair price.
So
Take 4.
So you got 4 greater healings for 350. So remember, those are all 44 plus 4.
Who's keeping track of that?
I'm
Got it.
putting it in my notes.
Okay.
-3.
So we each have a greater.
And Silik's giving us 2,000 gold. Mans is loaded over there.
Right?
It's that
Yeah, he
level
put that down
12
and was talking about it coming
salary.
from his personal. Deer's eyebrows
Trying
kind
to
of
flex
show,
on us.
right?
I don't really need
know what else
anything
we
before
need.
we go out, so.
I do want to just say that I did bring the diamonds that I found from my other stuff, just because Revivify needs them, and making it very clear I'm going in on that if
Doing
anyone
dark
falls
house.
over.
Sounds good.
Good to know.
Okay.
We ready then?
I think so.
I think so.
All right. So, Silic meeting with you back out in the walkway. He's like, "All right, we're all set. Let's head on out." As you start heading northwest, heading up in this direction, heading around. As he starts taking you further in, not into the mountains, but just at the beginning of them. You start to go up a hill a little bit. You start to enter into, immediately the road changes from a decently paved road into kind of broken gravel. As you can see, it's a spot where maybe a lot of heavier caravans come through to wheel out a lot of different kind of ore and rock and shifting things around that might bust some caravans due to weight or just shift down on the ground too much. As you start to see, this is the main entrance where you see a bunch of different small little huts and tents where some of the people would actually be staffed to run maybe time cards or doing weighting scales to different kind of ores to figure out the price so they can do the importing and exporting. And then a little bit further up, you do see the entrance to the main cave that Silic mentioned to you about. He kind of takes you over to one of the tents. He's like, "All right. So, not to put the pressure on, but last time we did this is probably gonna be a cakewalk compared to this. There wasn't that many guys in the last one, and they were, based on the guys here, probably chump change. Based off what we can tell from the guys here, they have magical weapons at the bare minimum. Most of them look like pretty battle-hardened soldiers. We saw one, added to the soldiers I was talking about, we saw one mage enter in. Probably the person who's going to do the summoning. So, kind of looks at Dira. If you have any kind of help that you can kind of give for this, feel free. I have not been inside. If you know anything about these mines, feel free to throw in some information.
Well, I know a bit, and now do I remember the route that I went in the dream last night? Which part I went into?
You can give me a wisdom check to try to see if you can try to pull back the information and try to see if you can recall it.
Eight.
You only know about the first part. It's hard to think about it. There's a lot of things going on in your head right now.
Mm-hmm.
You at least know in the first 10 minutes, it comes out to one fork in the road. And that there's immediately a battalion straight ahead. You don't know if you should go left or you should go right, but you definitely should not go straight. After that, you just don't remember much. It kind of is all a blur to you. You do remember the end, though. You do remember at the end that if for some reason this goes unchecked, this mage goes to this specific tombstone made out of different kind of elements. And the last thing you remember is just a white pale hand with crimson nails just push itself out of the ground. And that's what you're trying to avoid.
Okay. Well, I know my way around the mine, somewhat. I know some of what I saw in my dream last night, and I kind of passed that on. Don't know how relevant it is, but we've had some weird stuff happen lately. The best lead we got.
Trust your gut.
Might as well use it. Before we go in, I am going to cast Aid, with apologies to Silic, on my 3 comrades. So everybody's hit points for the next 8 hours, your hit point maximum is increased by 5.
5.
That's everybody but me. And Silic.
Ready?
Ready as we're gonna be. I'll go ahead and lead the way in.
Can you double up on aid, or is it just... Because I could cast that as well.
Yeah, you can double up on it. That just adds to your temporary hit points. So your temporary hit points just get increased, but not your overall health.
They're not temporary. They're increase the maximum.
Or it increases your maximum. I'm sorry, increase your maximum, right? But once that maximum gets destroyed, you go back to normal, right?
No, it increases your max hit points. Not it says increases your max hit points. It doesn't say they're temporary.
Okay, I thought it was just like once they go back down, they just stay down.
Each target's hit point maximum and current hit points increased by 5 for the duration, which is 8 hours.
Okay. Well, either way, yes, it still works.
Okay. I'll cast it as well.
Who are you casting on?
That's a great question.
It's the squishy one, thank you.
Definitely the squishy one. Probably you guys. You 3.
Alright, thank you.
Sorry, Silic.
Poor Silic.
He's just like, it's all right. I'm good. You take care of you. You guys are a team. You guys got this.
You take it as a compliment.
Sure. Yeah. Right.
We make a note of that.
How many more do we get?
5.
5 extra.
Okay.
So you and Gaiju will have 10 total, I believe.
Thank you.
Okie doke.
We ready?
Ready as we're gonna get. And I
Lead the way, Daryl.
Okay. So heading your way in.
And I will need light.
Using Dira as the leading source of information, you head into the mine. The moonlight goes in a decent distance into the mine, leaving you with some light. The mine itself is quite wide, giving about a 40-foot width, starting off at the entrance. For the first 100 feet plus, it stays at a level ground. At the same time, when this moonlight's about to stop is when it starts descending. Not so much as you're going down a slide, but it progressively goes down, with the ceiling also decreasing with it. Originally started off at a 40-foot height, and now you're going down to 30 and 25. With it also, the tunnel itself actually narrows to about a 30-foot width. As you get in a little bit closer, you head into what looks like a gated wall. Something that doesn't look like it was there before. It looks like they just put it there. It looks like they put in a specific locked-in fence wall with a padlock on it. Clearly stopping people getting in, but they did put a sign on it that specifically says quarantine area.
Is this new?
You've never seen it.
I'm
Quarantine
guessing
what?
this is where we should be going.
Hope quarantine means they're hiding something and not that they're actually quarantining something.
Hoping not.
Not surprised.
Would make sense as to why the townspeople closed the mines. Wouldn't take much to
Are there
convince
torches
someone
or
with
anything down here, or
quarantine.
did I need to light a torch?
Once you pass the gate, if you're able to unlock it, you assume that the light is slim to nothing, and there are no
Okay, so we're
torches down there.
over
Most of the people that work down there would have their own personal lighting sources.
I'm gonna pass a dagger I have over to Dira and cast light on it. So
Thank
you
you.
now have. It lasts an hour, and it's up to 20 feet that you can have light.
Great, thank you.
It's small enough that if we need to hide it, you can just kind of into your shirt.
Dahlia, you might be the best for getting this open.
Oh, okay. I'm assuming it's locked with
With a padlock.
with the padlock. Alrighty, I will do the.
I will
rope.
assist her though.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Um.
if I remember, you got proficiency, then it's dexterity check with your proficiency bonus attached to it.
Okay. Would I get the advantage on that, or
If you're being
is
assisted,
that-
yes.
Are you rolling as well? So you're rolling as well.
No, go ahead. Use
Oh,
the
okay.
advantage.
So dex check with proficiency. That would be a 16.
16. It takes you about 3 picks to get through it. Roughly about 5 minutes at a time. Third pick, you're able to finally figure out the specific point. You're able to pop it, and you're able to unlock the padlock. The padlock itself has some weight to it. Not only was it attached to the gate, but it also was surrounded by fairly new chain.
Oh.
Do you relock it as you pass in?
I will
Might
look
be a
to the
good
group.
idea. Might be a good idea.
And
I
can
agree.
you sort of push it in there so it looks like it's locked.
Yeah, that. My only concern is what are we locking ourselves in with?
Cultists,
Well, if we ain't-
probably.
If we ain't trying to be quiet, we can probably get through this.
Is there any way I can make it look like it's blocked, but not actually click it back into place?
Sure. Why don't you just give me just a deception check to try to make it look like something it's not?
Deceive.
Natural 20. Yeah,
Nice.
you're able to kind of turn it at a certain angle, and you're able to push it together, but not click in the pin. Outside looking in, it looks like it's locked. As soon as someone touches it, though, and starts moving around, they'll probably figure it out. But up to that point, it will look locked.
Well,
You might think somebody just didn't lock it all the way, so we might be good either way.
whoops, silly cultists. Let's go.
So inefficient.
Before we go any farther, can I just investigate to make sure that there's no alarms or anything connected to the gate?
Sure. Go ahead, give me an investigation check.
Where? That would scare me so.
Investigation. That is a 14.
There seems to be no attachments to the gate at all, magical or otherwise. There looks like
Okay.
opening and closing, locking or unlocking the gate had literally no effect to alert anybody else.
Alright. Okay. I'm
As-
content.
As soon as you pass the threshold of the gate, lock it. About another 10 feet is where the moonlight stops hitting, and you guys resort to your own light sources. These tunnels are not magical by any means, so they don't have any natural light that would come off of the ore, especially since most of the early part is pretty much harvested. Dira, you would know the main ore source in this area is a mixture of obsidian and a little bit of mithril. But mostly obsidian. Obsidian naturally has a glow, so the absence of it obviously shows it's been harvested. There is an occasional gold, but it's 50% obsidian, 5% other things. Gold, mithril, the works.
That's what dark vision be okay?
Yeah,
Or,
dark vision would work for you, it would just have no color. It would just
Okay.
come out in grays, neutral tones.
Okay.
And I just have 20-foot visibilities.
Probably let Dira lead the way then.
So I will lead up to that fork.
Okay. So about a
Explain-
good 5 more minutes in passing the gate, you do get to that fork in the road. Exactly like your dream. It's cut up at a weird angle. Like going left is immediately a linear turn. Going straight is straight, but going right is almost going more angular. Like almost parallel to going straight, but a little bit more to the right. From your dream, you know, don't go straight. Not like anybody's actively looking for you, but you would assume that there is guard duty up ahead. So, the question is, do you go left or you go right?
Yeah. All I know is we don't go straight.
Could we kind of like investigate the entrances of the two places, see if there's like a better smell or any sounds coming from it?
It depends what you want to do. If you want to investigate smells, if you want to kind of check the ground, you can give me a survival check. If you want to investigate sounds, sights, you can give me an investigation check.
Can I assist looking at the ground?
Natural 1.
Then yeah, you can assist to give Gaju one more chance.
I'll do investigation.
Okay, am I rolling again?
Yeah, you're rolling again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just kidding. Never mind. I don't see shit.
Survival, that's gonna be 16.
16. As far as working together, Zephynia and Gaju, smells, checking the ground, going... Depending on how you want to take this, it looks like a lot of footprints are moved going right. There's a constant smell of an odd odor to you. It smells kind of like an odd musk. It's hard to place. Maybe it's just from many miners working here, and it's naturally just a odd smelling, just bad. Like, no one's going to constantly keep themselves clean in this area. Constant footprints. Damp. Left is almost untouched. It's a little bit more narrow. It's a little bit drier. It's still used. There are tracks in it to move up mining cart. But you don't see footprints. As far as you can tell, this side going left is not used. And it looks like the cart itself here has not been moved in at least a day. It's pretty much stuck in position. Looks like if you want to move it, you kind of have to give it an extra shove to kind of break it out of its current location.
There's a lot of foot traffic to the right. The left side hasn't been used in at least a day.
Right?
Do I know any stories about, like, ghost stories or places that people have heard, you know, weird things happen or anything like that that might give me a clue of, you know, where they might go that people wouldn't want to go to?
Doing what now?
Like, if there were any ghost stories, or, you know, people said, don't go down this way because blah blah blah, or somebody died there, or...
If you're just trying to think of your childhood, you would know that there's a couple kind of fairy tales about the mines. One specifically is deeper than mines. There's apparently a hag that lives down here somewhere. Lorraine and children, into further down in the mines. She's been known to attract people with a how should I put this, like a lighter conscience. The only as far as that, it wouldn't really tell you where it goes, but the only other thing that you would know is that the mine itself is sort of a maze. Whether you came in here as a kid or not, it's easy to get lost unless you're a seasoned miner. It intersects at certain points, and even looking at it on a map, it's a hodgepodge of a mess. many spots of it overlap each other, but not in ways where you could cross that intersection. It's almost like a tunnel goes underneath another tunnel, but then overlaps another one, and it turns into a huge zigzag where you can get yourself lost. Due to that, there's also many miners have claimed that they've been haunted with visions at many of the intersection points of someone calling to them to tell them to do things that are unfortunate themselves. Not to harm others, but to harm themselves. There have been a couple, I won't say the word, but sacrifices that have happened in here to people, and these people had no sign of those kind of ill fortunes ahead of time. That's pretty much all you know.
Okay. So when you say at intersection points, you're saying so like where one goes above another, or
Correct.
whatever? Does this one that's going up to the right look like it might do that?
Neither way necessarily looks like it does. It looks like this early in, it's not that busy of so many different paths around each other yet. It looks like you're still kind of at a point where it's not crazy.
Okay, then I'm gonna kind of I'm gonna pull those memories up and think about it. Seems like it's not applicable here, and I'm gonna kind of take the lead of the folks who are looking at the tracking. I don't know. Do you think they're gonna? I mean, one that ain't been used for a couple days probably ain't the one that they have shut it down to have keep people away from, right?
Possible. So, like, what do you think?
That was addressed to Silic.
Oh, I'm sorry. If I don't hear DM, I'm like totally lost. He's just kind of like looks around. Well, if you're sure that the center way is populated with guards, and the right way seems to go in the parallel path, maybe even if it takes longer, we should try going left. At least it gets us away from traffic. Worst case scenario, we can just double back.
You want to go away from the people?
Well, we don't want to go into them. I mean, unless...
What are we trying to do?
My goal is not to just run in there guns a-blazing. I'm trying to be smart about this. I mean, we also got to think of the girl that's missing. And
Think we can find a way around?
That's my goal. I want to try to do this as careful as possible.
There's lots of different ways that wind around. It's easy to get lost, but that might be the best way to go roundabout, yeah.
Now, by all intents and purposes, this place is a hodgepodge of a mess. Splitting it up might not hurt. I mean, we got different paths to go. There's a total of 5 of us. Taking 2 different directions would not be a terrible idea.
What do you guys think?
More ground.
Last time we did that, it went pretty bad, but we've learned from that mistake.
I ain't got no. I don't know if any of us, but Dahlia got a way to contact the rest.
I do.
So Dahlia and
Silic and I
Silic would have
the
to be
stone.
in 2 separate teams.
That's right. You got your stone.
I
Do have
can
contact.
only do within 30 feet, so...
Say that again.
I have a way, but it's only within 30 feet, so...
Okay.
Well,
So
you got your
Silic
stones, so we
goes one way, I can go the other way.
I mean, the only other thing is that, I mean, the stones themselves are linked, not the people. I mean, if we
Right.
want to split up a different way, someone else can have my stone. Or someone
That's
else takes
true.
Dahlia's stone. I mean, someone can take my stone for the time being. It's not like it's like the most precious item to me. I mean, we can...
Wow. I see how it is.
we can do this however you want. I mean, we can move the stones around. It's not that big of a deal. If there's a certain group that works
Well-
better out of all of you, I mean, I'm sure none of you want to separate, but if there's a pair of you that might work better as a team, or specifically 3 of you that work
We are-
better, or however it...
Splitting up, I do think there should be a healer in each group.
And that's
Yeah.
totally sensible.
So
I'm
Just
feeling
FYI,
fine.
I don't heal.
I
I
figured-
can.
yeah,
I can. Dolly can.
it's just like picking teammates in dodgeball. Like I don't want to pick people.
Well, it's like Silic's just like, well, not to point anybody out, but between Dali and Dira, who has more efficient healing? Down to the nitty gritty, who can do the more efficient?
Dolly can do more.
I can do more.
I can do. Dolly can. Yeah.
Well,
Dali.
so I've had a little more experience. I can deal with the more damage. Dira, if you want to come with me, the 3 of you want to take the other way. We can split up
We
that
can
way.
do that.
Does that sound good?
Otherwise, I have a little bit of healing too.
It's so up to you. I mean, we can separate how we want. I mean, you made a good point that there's a healer per team. I mean, but you're also, you seem to be more efficient, more brawling. I don't want you to feel like you're giving up your natural style to heal up a little bit. Maybe it's good for a backup, but I mean, if anybody has a different idea, I'm all for it.
Works for
Stealth
me.
is more my way, but thank you.
I'm gonna refresh Dira's lighted dagger before I go and just.
Are we
Thank
team
you.
stealth? Saphinia, are you stealthy?
Ah. Have you seen the size of these wings? Have you seen my armor?
Do you think you could?
I mean,
be
I'll
stealthy?
hang back a little bit, but Stealth and I aren't on the best terms.
Okay.
Well, if you're not
And
good
you
at
said that
stealth, maybe
Light
it's
lasts
better
an
that
hour,
you
right,
3.
Amanda?
What was that?
Did you say the light lasts an hour, Amanda?
Yes.
If you're not good at stealthing, maybe it's better that you don't take the stealthing path. Maybe you 3 go for the right, Dira and I go for the left.
I ain't got no stealth either.
Oh, that's great. Well then,
I mean, I'm a little better because I kind of gestured
I
to my
have
boots. I
some
got
pretty high
these,
stealth.
but I also got
Like
this.
really
I kind
good.
of rattled my armor, so it's a toss up.
Say that again, Gaiju.
I have some pretty high stealth. I can go with you, Silic.
he just kind of like tail kind of starts moving a little bit. He tries to hold it in place. It's like, all right, sounds good. All right, so Gaju and I will go left. The 3 of you will go right. Sound good?
Alright.
You feel about this?
You'll be going without the healer.
I have some healing. If I don't get hit enough,
bit.
I can heal us.
I mean, I got a few
Yeah, but is
potions.
that-
I got a few different kind of things that can take care of. So worst case scenario, we can use those. And we don't have to move the stones around. So worst case scenario, if one of us is in trouble, we can contact the other. Just make sure you're tracking your way through so you know how to backtrack. Let's say, problem, we meet back here.
All right.
Sounds like a good plan to me.
As long as you two don't get into a scrap, then you won't need no healing.
We'll do our best.
A solution. This
Let's hope
Gaiju's
for-
so
let's hope that for all
squishy,
of
and
us.
I don't like that y'all wouldn't have a healer.
Well, he's got an extra 10 hit points now, so
10!
5 from you and 5
Better
from
than
me.
nothing.
But his AC so little.
We never hit my shield is 18.
He just keeps going down because he gets in people's faces.
This is true.
All right.
Fine.
So he's
And we
like,
just leveled up. Give me a break.
Okay. You know, if you guys
All
want
right,
to
he'll be
have,
fine.
if you guys want to
He's a
have your
big
bro
boy, he
night
can take care of
now,
himself.
okay. I'm just, if you guys want to do a guy thing, we'll have a girls' party over here. It's fine.
I just thought, I didn't even know we were separating guys and girls. do you
No,
think of
that's so
that?
funny. I didn't realize it either.
Yeah.
Nope.
All right.
Here goes. Okay.
So he's just like, all right, Well, it sounds like a plan. We should get moving. Best of luck to you all. Gaju, we should be off.
See you on the flip side.
Do not
If
die.
either of you do die, I will kill you.
And then I will heal
All right.
you.
Sounds good.
All right.
As
don't
everybody
like
decides
this.
to split off, that's where we're going to end it for the night.
Oh.
Oh, it's getting good.
Right?
Suspense.
So, that is the end of the session for tonight. Thank you for everybody for joining. Sorry, Hillbilly Elish, that we're ending now. I know you just jumped on. But we'll be on next Tuesday, and next session of Echoes is on Thursday. So stay tuned for the next sessions. Everybody, good night, and we'll see you later.
Forgot to sub. Bye.
See ya.